Hey guys, welcome to the Messy Raw Vegan channel. My name is Lamika and I am excited to be here with you and to be doing this lifestyle vlog. And so I just kind of wanted to come on and talk about the reason why I'm doing this. As the title of the channel is called, it's called the Messy Raw Vegan. And it's called that because I have adopted a raw vegan lifestyle over the last year. Almost a year. June will be a year, but within the last year, I have adopted a raw vegan lifestyle. And basically what a raw vegan is someone who eats only fresh fruit and fresh vegetables, seeds, nuts, legumes, and grains, all right? And we don't cook food over 115 degrees. Some raw vegans may go up to 118 degrees. And the reason for that is you don't want to cook out all of the nutrients and the vitamins that you get from the fresh food. So 115 degrees to 118 degrees is the highest that will go in cooked food. So basically your food is raw, okay? So raw vegan lifestyle. There are a lot of benefits to this lifestyle, and over the course of, the weeks and the months and whatnot of this channel, I will be talking about a lot of those benefits. But for me, the reason why I went raw vegan was because of my health. I was having some severe health issues to the point where my doctor was telling me that I was pre-diabetic. And I had pre-hypertension and my cholesterol was extremely high and my BMI was really high. And so even though everybody kept telling me that I looked good, I didn't feel good. And that's the difference, because people will get you. Like, they'll be like, oh, you look so great. But then when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh, but I don't really look great and I don't feel great. And so for me, I had to make that change for me. But my background is, I grew up regular African-American household, standard American diet, lots of fried foods, baked foods, lots of sweets and junk food, things like that, cookies, chips, cakes, pies, lots of meat, lots of thick cheeses, things like that. You eat on a standard American diet. And I was pretty fine on that. I was raised that way, so I was pretty fine on that for a good while. But then I started to notice that as I got older, my digestive system wasn't digesting meat very well. So my mom had already cut out pork from the family's diet for years. So I hadn't eaten pork for years. And then I had to turn around and cut out beef, because beef wasn't sitting well in my digestive system either. Like, it wasn't digesting well. And so I cut out beef. So I was only doing chicken and turkey and fish for a while. But still, I was still gaining weight excessively once I got out of the military. And I didn't know what else to do, basically. And so I went vegetarian for a little while, and then I went pescatarian. So on pescatarian, I did pretty good on pescatarian. I was able to lose maybe 5-10 pounds, but I was never able to keep it off because I was still eating the junk food. Like, sweets is my thing, okay? Sweets is my kryptonite. I love me some sweets, but I need to stay away from sweets, type of a thing. Maybe kryptonite is the wrong word, because Superman didn't love kryptonite. But y'all know what I mean. Sweets was my thing, okay? So because of that, I still never really lost any weight. And so then I decided to go vegan. So I went vegan for a few months and I lost a few pounds on that, but I was a junk food vegan. I wasn't a whole food plant-based vegan. Two different things. And I'll be talking about the different types of vegans as well in future videos. So, I was just I'm still eating, the junk foods from the vegan lifestyle. I'm just not eating meat. So I was still gaining weight. And so I think my turning point for me was in 2019 when I went on my birthday trip to Vegas. And I looked at the pictures and I was like, wow, Mika, you don't look good. And I also didn't feel the best. So then in January, I went for a regular checkup, and that's when my doctor told me you're overweight, you're pre-diabetic, you are pre-hypertension, and you have high cholesterol. And I was like, okay, I need to make a change. So I stayed vegan for a few months after that. And then I ended up going home for COVID. I went to my parents' house and I stayed with them for a few months. So as a result of that, I ate whatever my mom cooked, but I still tried to stay as meatless as possible. And she's pescatarian as well. My mom is. So, you know, whenever she made fish, I would eat the fish because I was pescatarian at the time anyway, teetering between vegan and pescatarian. So then one night in my room, I was praying and asking God, like, Lord, what do I need to do for my health? Because I really want to get my health together. I just don't know what I should do at this point. And about 1 o'clock in the morning, he started speaking to me and he said, you need to go raw vegan. And I was like, the heck is a raw vegan? Because I had never heard of it before. So that's how I knew it wasn't me. Like, I knew it was God speaking to me because I was like, I don't know what a raw vegan is. I've never even heard of that. So it's 1 o'clock in the morning, y'all. And so I'm on my phone at 1 o'clock in the morning, Googling what is a raw vegan. And so I started looking at the stories. I started reading the articles. I started watching the videos. I mean, I was up till like 6 o'clock in the morning. Just doing all of this research on being a raw vegan and, you know, watching the testimonies of people healing cancers and type 2 diabetes and, you know, endometriosis, PCOS and things that pertain to women, you know, and I was just like, wow, they heal all this on a raw vegan diet. I mean, eczema, seizures, migraines, vertigo, like all kinds of stuff people were healing. And I was just like, you know, I think I want to try this. Now, granted, I was still at my parents' house, so I knew me trying it at my parents' house was not going to fly. So I said, well, once, you know, the stay-at-home orders lift and I come back to my own house, I will go ahead and I would try it. And so the stay-at-home orders lifted at the end of May. So the beginning of June, I came back to my house and I immediately went into raw veganism cold turkey. Like I got rid of all the junk food in my house and all I had in the house was fresh fruits and vegetables. And I stayed on that. And within 2 months, so I started in June, first week of June. And by the beginning of August, I had lost 40 pounds with no exercise. Like I literally just all the water weight, all the bloating, all the heavy feeling went away. I was able to walk up my steps without being out of breath. I, of course, fitting in my clothes, like my clothes were like literally falling off me. And I was just like, wow, this is great. And so I knew that I had went down some sizes, but I didn't know like how low I went. And so one time I was visiting my parents and my mom was like, I bet you can get in these size 6 jeans. And I was like, no, I can't. And she was like, yeah, you can. And I put them size 6 jeans on and they fit. Now listen here, y'all. When I tell y'all, I ain't ever been in single digits. This was the first time in my life I was ever in single digits. So I went from a size 12 to a size 6 in 2 months. And I was just like, oh my gosh. But it really wasn't even about that. Like when I went back and looked at pictures, just like the clarity of my skin, my bone structure, my face slimming out, the way that I felt more energized. I was waking up before my alarm clock would go off early in the morning. Like my first alarm goes off at 5 and I was up at 4:30. Like waking up before my alarm clock goes off, the amount of energy that I had throughout the day. I noticed that I wasn't yawning by 2 or 3 o'clock. You know, I was still like wide awake enough and alert enough at work. I didn't have that afternoon lunch crash. You know, whenever I would eat, I would never get the itis and things like that. Like I just had energy. I was able to get more done around the house. I was able to get more goals done. Like I write out my goals for the year all the time, and I actually was able to knock out a lot of my goals after I went raw vegan just because of the amount of energy that I had. I ended up going back to my doctor. Well, I ended up going to the doctor because I had a little bit of a medical emergency. Where I was in some pain. I was having some kidney issues. And so I was at the emergency room, and they were like, your blood levels are perfect. And the doctor was vegan. And so she was like, well, what are you eating? And so I was telling her, I said, I've adopted a raw vegan diet. And she was like, well, I bet your body is cleansing out all of the impurities, and that's why you're experiencing some pain. Like your body is actually flushing out the toxins, because I ended up having kidney stones. And she was like, you've probably had these kidney stones for years, but now that you have adopted this raw vegan lifestyle, your body is consistently in detox mode. And so now your body is probably flushing out the stones. And I was like, oh. So she was like, don't come off the raw vegan diet, keep doing it. And I was like, oh, okay. So, I'm like, this lifestyle really works. You might experience some uncomfortable things as you're going through it, but it does really work. And so I've been super excited about it ever since. Not to say that I have not had my times where I have fallen off of it, because I have. You're human. You tend to fall off of things. It's new. I dropped all the weight that I wanted to drop. So I was like, hey, I'm good. I can eat a little bit more. But every time I switch back, my body is like, no, ma'am. And I end up coming right back to raw vegan. So it's just the lifestyle that works for me. And I wanted to do this channel because people that I know personally have seen the dramatic weight loss. They see how I look and they're like, yo, what are you doing? And so I get a ton of questions. People text me questions. When they see me in person, I get questions on the lifestyle and things like that, because people consider it extreme. I'm going to do a video on that as well, but people consider the diet extreme or the lifestyle extreme. I don't really consider it extreme. And I will talk about my reasons why, but I thought that it would just be great just to do this channel and just to give more information, especially from the African American standpoint, because we're so used to eating the standard American diet that it's like, what? You don't eat meat no more? You only eat fresh fruits and vegetables? So what do you eat then? Like, I get that question all the time. So what, if you only eat fresh fruits and vegetables, then what do you eat? And I'm like, fresh fruit and vegetables. So I know it's a major curiosity for people, and I just want to be informative. I just want to give people the information. I am not seeking to convert anyone. Now, have I been influential in converting people? I have. There are people who have converted as a result of watching me. And so I think that's great that I can influence people to have, better eating habits, but in no way, shape, or form am I one of those extremists where, I'm just like coming and attacking you for still eating meat, if that's what you do, for still, eating dairy, if that's what you do. Like, that's not my goal at all. My goal with this channel is just to be informative, just to show you what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, the health benefits of doing it. And if you decide to make that switch, by all means, I can help you do that. I'm also a certified raw vegan nutritionist. So I can actually, create meal plans for you, walk you through your transition and things like that, so I would love to be able to do that, but that's not the goal of this channel. The goal of this channel is just to be informative, to let you know what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, what are the benefits. I'm going to do videos like, the benefits. I'm going to isolate each of the vegetables and tell you the benefits of the vegetables, the benefits of the fruits, the types of ailments that you can heal on raw vegan diets, the types of foods that you can eat to combat diabetes, the type of foods that you can eat to combat migraines, things like that. Because I'm going to address the medical issues that I had before going raw vegan that have healed up since being raw vegan. I'm going to address those and tell you what I ate to help eradicate those and keep them away, even on those times that I have cheated and gone back to, a regular eating pattern. So I think it's great. It's going to be a great journey, and I'm looking forward to going on it with you. Also, anybody that knows me knows I love fashion. And so because of the fact that I have dropped all this weight and I have gone down 6 sizes, I've had to overhaul my whole closet. And so because of that, I want to highlight, the boutiques that I shop from, the people that I get my jewelry from, that I get my clothes from, that I get my shoes from, things of that nature. I'm going to highlight my own online store as well that I'm going to be launching soon. And so I want to give back to the Black community as well. And so a lot of the people that I feature are going to be Black entrepreneurs. I'm going to, recommend influencers to follow for different products, different services, different boutiques and things like that, because I think it's important that we support one another. Now, is that to say that's all I'm going to promote? No, absolutely not, because I also have some great influencers of other nationalities that I want to share with you all as well. And so you're just going to get a lot. You're going to go grocery shopping with me. Well, nowadays I'm kind of Instacarting because it's cold, but you'll be able to go grocery shopping with me, see how I grocery shop. I'm going to show you what I eat in a day, type of a thing, and chronicle my weight with you. I'm also going to show you my skincare regimen and what I'm doing to try to heal my skin from the inside out, because I have severely acne prone cystic acne skin, and I'm trying to heal that up on a raw vegan diet, which you can do. And so, you're just going to go on this journey with me on what it is to be a raw vegan, as well as promoting those in the community, entrepreneurs that are doing great things. So definitely stay tuned. Click that bell, like, subscribe, make sure you get all of my notifications, because when I come out, it's going to be great information. And so I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Until then, do you, boo-boo.